everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we are continuing on in the 5th case of the game, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. And we are in the 4th section of the investigation, which I can't believe it's this long, but oh well, gotta do what you gotta do. Sorry for the background noise, it is hot as heck. So I have 2 fans on just to get myself cool enough to be in this room. Alright, April 16th, 1:26 p.m., Windibank's Pawnbrokery. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. little petty right there, aren't you? Good. Embrace the pettiness. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please?
What is it now? You should go home and get some rest.
Here you are, Grexy. Here are the representation papers.
Your ladyship! How?
Sir?
I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is.
It was actually Sato-san.
I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue.
Look. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship.
Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then?
Do as you please. You know where it happened. Through that door behind the counter.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windibank and Gina.
It's so weird that it has a little peephole, though. I find that very strange.
Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then.
Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector?
If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever, even with the lads working round the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the Yard needs to investigate urgently.
That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before.
So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine.
Oh, I forgot she's with us now.
Come then, let us not waste any time.
Alright, examine time. Guess we already looked at that. Oh, okay.
These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy.
Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example?
Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know. Are you alright, Runo?
Oh, it's just... well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. But when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue.
Oh no, don't fall into the hole. No, Ryunosuke, don't do it.
That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever.
Okay, this device again, yeah.
That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Runo?
Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan.
Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen?
pretty.
What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound?
It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks.
Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Grexy to have a word.
Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard.
Pretty much. Anything else? Oh, what's this? Oh, I thought it was the sign.
There's the article ledger here in Mr. Windibank's notes, and... Huh. What's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind.
It looks just like ours.
Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie. Show us.
Okay. Weird how sometimes the writing looks like a different language, and then we'll see some that we can actually recognize. 15th of February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited, 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, 15th of April, 10:30 p.m.
A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think...
Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday.
And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilded. I would never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though.
It seems Mr. Windibank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have to hand.
On hand, maybe. Typo, I don't know.
But this photograph of a cat, it looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier.
Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print.
Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Nodohodo? Get it out.
Alright, let the cogs turn.
Oh, is there differences here? They look the same to me. Yes, they are exactly the same. Or is there like a minor difference?
I've got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret.
A secret? What does she mean?
You must tell us, Iris, at once.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs.
Alright, let's talk, Iris.
So Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter, and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints?
Actually, that's not quite right.
Sorry?
If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same.
Not exactly, that's what I thought.
They're not?
I feel like the angle of the cat was a little different in both of them.
Have another look at them now.
Yeah, I feel like the cat's head is looking straight on the right, but slightly at a slight angle on the left. And it almost looks like the right is a little blurrier.
Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other?
I think so. It's very subtle, though.
Well, what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints?
Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see.
No, I don't.
This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment.
Yes, I remember we talked about that before, the other machine.
Oh, stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently?
Oh, yes. That's what Mr. Holmes showed us yesterday. Yeah. You see? There it is, just over there.
Ah, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch.
Like a 3D thing.
Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures, even without one of those contraptions.
What? Really?
Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place?
It's about shadows, right? And angles.
No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you.
She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene.
I, for one, simply have to know. Okay. This is important.
Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us?
Well, I just opened them, and it works.
But the reason it works is because we have two eyes.
2 eyes? Shocking.
If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye, are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye.
Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly.
Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see.
My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me.
Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consist of a left eye view, which explains the angle, yeah. And a right eye view. Is that right?
Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So much smarter than Bruno.
So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints.
Yes, Bruno, you're beginning to understand.
And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that?
Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all.
You can? Really?
Alright.
Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope.
Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go.
Susato-san really loves this kind of thing.
Okay, this should be interesting.
You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that?
Cross my eyes? I think I can.
Watch me and see if you can copy.
Ooh.
Make your eyes do this.
Alright, let me try. It's gonna look funny. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? They look so funny. There, how's that?
Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Runo.
The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time.
Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed.
Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try it looking at the prints.
How are we gonna do this?
Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes.
Oh.
You should see two overlapping images like this.
Okay.
You try it now, Runo.
I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose.
Did the print split into two images for you? Now the next step.
God, that hurts my eyes to try to do that. Because I'm already... My eyesight is so messed up, you know, with my glasses and all that, that it's like, ugh.
Is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then to try crossing your eyes again. The print should slowly merge together until they form a new single image in the center.
Oh, yes!
Mr. Nedahodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real. Oh, I can look at it all day.
I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt.
Your turn, Runo. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle.
Like, this, is it?
Okay. That's so weird. What is the reason for making us do that? Huh. Oh, I think I clicked. Sorry. I think she was just saying that's how it works or whatever. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary.
So, what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runo?
They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly.
No, some people find it easier than others.
Yeah, with my eyesight, I think it's just too much for me to do the whole crossing of the eye thing, so whatever.
But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky.
Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? Yes, we did. If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then set the pair of photographs in this stand at the back and...
It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now.
Okay.
Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently.
But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them.
But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case.
Stereoscopic pictures. I'd never even heard of them until yesterday. You've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need.
Yeah, who knows? Okay. Is there something else? No? Okay. Let's go back to examining then. There must be a reason for that. I mean, we could talk about this a little more.
This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think, when Mr. Holmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen.
Yeah. And this thing.
I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again.
Oh yes, that's a folding stereoscope.
Really? We just talked about this. This is a stereoscope. Mr. Holmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used the great big contraption over there.
Ah, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself.
I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway.
Oh my god. You are the reason that Phoenix is so obsessed with cleaning his toilet. It's a generational thing. It's passed down in the blood. Alright. Talk to him.
This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here.
I mean, I see the blood splatter on the calendar, so... Huh. Interesting.
Shh! Keep it down.
Oh, sorry.
There's a major clue just here.
Really? Then we must tell Grexy at once.
But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer.
Stuck here? What do you mean?
I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift.
Ah, they really have a tough time, the British police.
It's ridiculous.
That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it?
No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at.
I mean, look at it. There's a bullet. And blood.
Ah, look here.
Is that the one that shot Sherlock, though?
Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged.
Ooh, wrong voice. This is Susato. What am I doing?
Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall.
Presumably, Mr. Windibank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time.
Ah, well... Mr. Holmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that.
That's realistic, yes. Sherlock does like shooting at things just because he's bored.
Sorry?
It's all there in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps?
Oh, does he not do that in this universe?
In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime.
He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once.
Forget that for now, Bruno. Let's examine this bullet.
What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar.
Aha! I may well be able to help with that.
What?
There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Bruno?
You're so young to be thinking that way, but okay.
I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris.
I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types.
Yes, what a scientific observation.
So you need this.
Oh no, what is that scary-looking thing?
Shirley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch.
Oh.
Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed.
Yeah, does it make sense now?
Yes, I think I'm starting to understand.
Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see.
Oh, blood type. Okay. Yes, how wonderful.
The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash.
Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris.
Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great.
So, whose blood are we looking at then?
Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash.
No, all it's gonna do is identify blood type. What if two people have the same blood type? Well, this is back then. They didn't have the same technology, so...
It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it?
One flash or two, this could well turn out to be a valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record. Okay. Well, let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio.
As long as I have reagent left, sure.
Okay. Why is it still highlighted?
Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow.
Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different.
I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know.
Alright. Let's go back over here then. Because we already looked here and talked to him. Oh, there's actually more? What else?
The ledger that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? It must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in pawn.
It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me.
But clearly Mr. Windibank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care.
Okay, then we have to look back here now.
Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregsy said.
Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door.
Ooh, big bullet wound.
Mr. Windibank face down on the floor, with Gina beside him.
As the accused's legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation.
Yes, of course, and we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime.
Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them.
Do we have to actually move? Yeah. If you let your concentration slip, you might miss what people say. The door at the back leads to there.
Poor Mr. Windibank.
Okay. Where we go? April 16th, Windibank storeroom. Oh, she looks sad.
Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely.
Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windibank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Oh! What was that?
Wait, Inspector, what the frick?
What is it now, Sunshine?
You took one look at me and tried to run away.
You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped up little defense lawyer, do ya?
Oh.
I just, well, I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her.
Oh.
So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old.
But, I mean, that 10-year-old is something else, so...
I'm afraid this is a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector.
Eh?
Aw. Our baby. Aw.
Um, ahem. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you?
Epic fail. No, Gregson, why?
I don't think that went very well.
Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet.
And we have investigating to do ourselves.
Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say.
Oh, Shirley.
I knew she was worried about him.
And inquire into how Mr. Holmes's operation is going.
Alright. Well, I think we'll be doing that in the next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.